Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Angelang and welcome to my lab. Today's topic of research is going to be robots in modern society and the Final Fantasy VI. So that means that while I continue with my gameplay of Final Fantasy VI, I will be talking about some applications, some current applications, future applications, and past applications that have become more and more advanced over the years of robotics. Mostly, this conversation is going to be focused, as I say, in applications, but also when there is downtime on the history of the game. When there is history, I'm just going to focus on the game. And other times, for example, here that I am traveling, I am going to try to, or I will start to talk about the applications of robots. So starting with the topic, first I want to start with the public perception of robots, because it varies a lot between different countries, or more exactly between different cultures. Like there is a line of thought or of perception in Western countries. In Japan, there is another different line of perception, and there is a tier line of perception in China. So starting with the Western countries, which is probably what we are more used to. Western countries or population generally tend to reject a little bit the robots. Like they look at them with suspicion, mostly because since the first robots started to be included in manufacturing process and stuff like that, people started to get a little bit worried about losing their jobs. Like, you know, every time that there is a new technology, there is always some reticence or some resistance to adopt this new technology. Robots is no exception, and in this case is because the job thing. Also, I talked a little bit about this the past week to the last stream. In Western countries, or in Western culture, the robots started like something scary. At the beginning, it was the robots at the beginning, or the origin of the war, was slaves, basically mechanical slaves that rebelled against their human masters. So this kind of stuff help a little bit in the Western to have a slightly negative vision of the normal public, of the common public towards robots. Of course, that changed from person to person, from community to community, but in general, it's a little bit like this. But regarding the job security, well, I will talk about this a little bit later. I'm going more or less to pass to Japan, where it's completely opposite to to the Western countries. In Japan, there is this sense of community where all the members of the society are there to help a little, to help in general with the society, and the whole is more important than the individual. So there is not so much fear of losing their jobs, or like, no, the jobs are coming, the robots are coming to take our jobs, and we are going to be jobless. No, because Japanese people know that robots are there to improve the quality of life. And if they miss a job, or if their job gets replaced by a robot, they know that they will have somewhere else to go, even within the same company. Like, they are not going to be left to their own luck. Additionally, there is also in Japan a concept that is called animacy. Wait a second, I'm going to... Yes, I need this. Oh no, animacy, no, animes. And the idea of craftsmanship. Basically, this means that Japanese people look very well, or have very positive views upon craftsmanship, and people that really dedicate themselves to improve their craft. And in this process of admiring craftsmanship, they also have this spiritual idea that very well crafted items can have souls, human souls in them. So they see craft items as a recipient for human souls. So in that case, they accept robots as possible humans, and possible recipients of human souls, and then are more readily to accept them. So these two factors help to really improve the acceptance that robots have in Japan. Where in fact, I don't know if this number is really correct, but apparently 50% of robots are in Japan. 50% of all the robots in the world are in Japan. I will have to research a little bit that number, because it seems a little bit high, but yeah, that's what I read. Anything else. I will continue talking after this, after the tunnel armor, because I have had bad experiences with bosses if I not pay attention. So I'm going to pay attention to the armor. If that thing hits us with its magic, they'll be screwing to the scorch mark of the wall. So what are we supposed to do? Don't worry, I'll draw his magic with my ironic blade, and you'll be okay. You just watch. Runic. So okay. He has something to steal? Yes, he has something to steal. Runic, I need to... No, let me steal you. Oops. A lot of Yes, I want to steal because probably this is one of these games where a lot of very good items for the time or for the moment of the game in which we find. Oh, yes, I need to keep doing Runic. They are very good items for the stage of the game in which we find the enemies. Oh no! But let's keep stealing. Okay, perfect. Oh no, I'm just going to keep doing Ronick because he's just attacking and attacking with magic. Ronick. Item, let's heal her. I cannot let her to die. And but at least I was able to steal the air knife. Yes, my only option is just to simply keep spamming Ronick with Celes and only attack with Luck. But at this point I think we are already stabilized and there should be no much trouble from now on in this fight to finish the fight. I will just use an item from time to time with Luck if any one of them gets low on health. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to be very careful with this because, well, that was also a lot of my fault. Oh yes, he's dead. Because last stream I died like 4 times to Ultros. Only because I forgot to use an ability of a guest character that I had in my party. When I realized that that character had an ability and I started using it, the fight got really easy. You know, I wanted to avoid the same mistake in this case. Phew. Look like we are finally in the clear. Oh yes, and to give a little bit of context of what is happening in the game, basically I'm running away from the Empire with Terra and Edgar. That is this group down here. And the Empire occupy a town that is called South Figaro. And then Locke, which is the treasure hunter, he doesn't like being collaborative. He went to South Figaro to slow down the Empire soldiers to allow the group of Terra to escape. And initially, the group of Terra had Sabin with them. But after the fight with Ultros, Sabin got separated from the group and now they're split. So at this point in the game, I'm just doing split history lines. I just finished the Locke history line where I found Celes, which is the other gear that was with Locke. He was a previous commander of the Empire, and now I'm going to continue with. Let's continue with this group. But first let's save. Okay, so let's continue with this group. Fleeing the Empire troops, Bannon, Edgar, and Terra ride the rapids toward us, but the going won't be easy. yes, we basically uh, we ran away from the empire in this draft. And was from this draft that Sabin fell down after the fight from after the fight with Dolphus. Okay, now to continue. We continue with the topic of the robots. Well, then there's this difference between complete acceptation in Japan and fear of losing jobs in Western countries. The fear of losing jobs, at least in Western countries, can be, well, that depends a lot on the companies and the governments and stuff like that, but I have hopes, I don't know if call it like that, that at least in most of the countries, there is going to be a balance. Probably there are going to be some jobs that are going to be lost because there is always enterprises, companies that are not worker friendly, so they will take advantage of robots to simply lay off and earn more money. But there are going to be a lot of other companies that are going to achieve a balance between the robots that they get and how or what they do with their workers. But then there is China. That is another perspective that is a little bit more in line with Western countries, but much more extreme, let's call it. Basically, the companies there are just replacing robots without any they don't care a lot about the workers and what they say. It might be true, it might not be true. I'm not an expert in China, so I'm not I don't know how much truth is in what they say, but apparently the economy is growing so fast in China that the laid off workers can easily find jobs in other places or in other industries or in other places. That still means that companies are just replacing workers with robots and just laying off and leaving their workers to their own luck. So those are the three general visions that robotics in the topic of replacing workers and stuff like that have on in general. There might be some more. I'm not sure. I didn't real read or came up on any more options, but probably there are more different views about this, and these are just like the general ones. I'm going to read this because this part of the NOAA is or the tutorial. I didn't read it in at the beginning of the game because they told me that they will better to wait, so I wait. But let's see what they told me. What they tell me. Okay, reflect, yes. Okay, yes. Reflect is, I know that. Critical. Oh, I didn't remember that. That's good to remember. Bushido techniques are unleashed only after the power of the technique in question builds up. You can select. Okay. Yes. Sorry. They're just explaining me some of the abilities of the characters that I will be encountering upon the game. Yeah, I'm just. This is probably an enemy in a box. Oh no, I thought it was going to be a monster in a box. What does this say? Oh yes, probably I should learn. There are always some weird. In every game there is some weird status effect, so it's better. Invisibility. Imp. Prevent you from using special skills and magic. Yes. Zombie. Holy water. There's a status. Okay. Okay. No. The imp was interesting. I didn't remember that one. I remember about that. That's undead basically are damaged by healing spells. And do I have? Let's equip this guy. No, this has the nice card. So Terra needs to have the spring shoes. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to save here. But there's actually, well, going back to the topic of robots, robots in society and the part of the jobs and how they're replacing workers. Currently, there is a new line of thought where robots are actually not replacing workers. They are more working in tandem with people. I have around here, how is this called? Where did I have it? Cobots. This new line of thought is called cobots. It's basically, you don't replace workers, you keep them. You have robots around to help increase the productivity. And there are studies that shows that this interaction between humans and robots at the same time actually increases productivity if only compared to only humans or only robots. Because in all processing or in all factories, there are always going to be some tasks that are appropriate to be realized by robots, but there are some tasks where humans are better, and supervision and stuff like that. And then a lot of details that get together, and when you put all these ingredients together, you just end up finding that having robots and people at the same time is beneficial. Okay, I'm going to continue with the game. You are that Imperial officer from before. Please, I can explain. Get out of here, or you'll regret it. Let's not get hasty here. I'm King Elgar of Figaro. Liar! Oh. My goodness. And that, my friends, is why I can't stand men. It's like they don't even have ears. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. They are going... Yes, they are... Get out of here or you regret it. I need to find another way to enter. There was something around here, I believe, if I remember well. This. Oh. Yes. When Locke first rescued me, we came out of the mines right around here. You fiddled with something. Yes, he told me. Twist this stone like so, and... open sesame. Save. I have to walk again. The problem, while I explore the caves, I continue with the topic of robots. So, the main problem with cobots right now is security for the workers. Right now, when robots are implemented into factories, there's generally a lot of precautions in place so the robots don't hurt workers. For example, cages, like the robots are put around cages so the workers cannot get close enough to them to get hurt, or just areas where there are only robot workers and humans are not allowed to go into that area, stuff like that. But in cobots, in the cobot focus or way of working, humans and robots need to work side by side. So there's the difficulty of having the robots not hurt the human workers. Okay, I already forgot the thing. Let's see if I remember. This must be the place. What place? There's a room in here they used to test applicants to the city guard. We should be fine as long as we follow the light. If we make a mistake, light will surround us. Then we have to tag the glimmering orange light to proceed. Okay. I remember, I don't think so, but I'm going to try. I think it was this way, and around here, maybe. Oh, yes. Yes, I did remember. I don't know how I did remember that because my memory is awful. My memory for this kind of details, like, how do I explain? I have like two kinds of memory. Sometimes I have good memory for facts that interest me. Like, for example, what I am talking about right now, I'm not expert at all in robotics or of anything like that. I just have some passing knowledge and what I researched in these last couple of days, at least for today's stream. Oh no, this is not the way. Yes, this is the way. I know. But because I like the topic and yes, because I like the topic, I remember more or less well these facts, and I have a sheet here like with talking points and stuff like that, and they just help me to. Yes, it is that way. Help me to remember or to give me a general idea of what I have to talk, and then I just remember everything that I watched or read these past couple of days. So in that sense, I have a good memory. But in other senses, I have an awful memory. I am really, really bad at remembering names. Dates. I am also awful at dates. And stuff like this, paths, the path that the light is taking, I'm also bad at it. But yes, but there is no light in this one. I'm glad. So I'm impressed that I actually got to remember the light in the first try. But yeah, Moguls! I love Moguls! Kupo! Kupo! Where is Moguls? Moguls! Po! Po! Yes. Did you realize that I like Moguls? Kupo! Oh, from late. I love this song. Really good. Okay, what happened here? No. Okay, I need to go back to the Mogul things. Probably there's a Mogul in there that I have to talk with. Because I know that history is going to come, probably, after I talk with that Mogul, I will hold on keep advancing with the topic, with today's topic. So let's go to with more Moguls. Let's see. There is this Mogul around here. Popo. There is this Mogul around here. No. Is not either. Or maybe do I have to go? Yeah. Yes, I maybe I have to go to the spare. Like the original objective of Terra and Bannon and Edgar coming here to this cave in particular is to see if they can interact with the spare that is in this cave. The spares are just magical creatures that apparently the Empire is using to make Magitech armors. Okay, so it's going to be a while until I reach that place. So let's continue talking about the robots. Well, now that I talk a little bit about the different visions of robots in different cultures, and about this new concept that is taking shape of core robots. So let's talk a little bit of particular applications of robots in society. Well, one of the most well-known applications is in car manufacturing. Probably all of us have seen at some point videos or have seen in television these huge mechanical arms that just raise up parts of cars, and then they move these car chassis, motors, and stuff like that all over the place. So these are the main or the initial robots that were implemented in factories. Yeah, let's continue the game. Bannon, kid. Bannon, kid Edgar. Oh, and Terra too. Arbis, how do things stand here in Nars? Same as always. The town's neutral. I have tried to convince them to side with the returners, but it's no use. Of course, maybe with you and the king of Figaro here. How are the townspeople? Everyone's been a little on the edge since the Esper was discovered. We believe Terra may be able to help us get answers to our questions about the Esper. Well, the townspeople are still quite curious about it as well. If we approach them in the right way, there is a good chance they'll agree to let her see it. That Esper is either going to save us, or dig us in an early grave. Oh, and the scenario is done. Let's save, and let's continue with Sabine's history. This probably is longer, or, well, I'm not sure. We'll see. What dire fate has befallen Sabine, who left from the raft after the fight with Ultros? No. What is... You, another traveler? You don't happen to know how I could get to Nars, do you? I got separated from my friends. The Empire has set up camp just beyond the forest to the east. The Empire? What are they doing here? They don't seem to have their eyes on Doma Castle. So Doma's next, huh? But I need to get to Nars right away. Your only road passes through Doma. I can take you there if you like. Just know that I may leave you at any time. Yes, Death is always just a step behind me. The Shadow is going to be the drama queen. Huh? Wait, no! You the clockmaker? I have been waiting for ages. Oh, no, I'm not the clockmaker. There she is, hanging up on that wall over there. I've been thinking for a year now. 5 years, was it? Shucks, maybe it's been 10. I don't remember. I want to take a nap. If I remember well, Shadow goes away after a set number of fights. I don't know how many. I have no idea how long will he stay with me. Okay, shop. Let me buy. Let me buy. So what can I buy? Glum hat. I can buy one of these. Hurricane. I probably want to buy 20 of these. Of these. The spring shoes. Do I have? I need the spring shoes. Nah. I think that's okay. The spring shoes are important. Optimize. Wait, what? Okay, no, yes, I see now. Spring shoes here. And silver spectacles here. And we are ready. So basically, these huge arms. Oh, this thing. Okay, let's go back to the game. Were first implemented in the 70s. And since then, they have been just a part of car manufacturing. They're generally using on stuff like painting, welding, and assembly of the cars. Because these are all really mechanical, repeatable tasks. Like painting is just they attach a can of paint to a can of paint to the robot arm, and they just fix the chassis in a given position, and all the variables are already accounted for. Let me try to. Oh no. Yeah. I failed. The same with welding and assembly. Like with welding, you just have to know where to weld, where to do the welding, taking into account that the chassis is going to be fixed in the place. And with assembly, you just have several parts coming from different places, and but you know exactly which part is coming from which place, and it's just a matter of a giant Lego game with robots. What level is this? Wait. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, there's an Imperial camp here. The problem is with other tasks, such as installing motors, installing the wheels, installing the interiors of the cars, because these are tasks that actually require a touch, a human touch. It has to be very careful. The installation of the motor, like, is a very delicate matter, very delicate task. So the robot arms have to be either really advanced to be able to perform this task, and then it's just better to leave it to humans. Okay, I'm going to an Imperial camp. Oh yes, they are not going to. Revenge, keep your voice down. If Kefka catches us, we are lost. They say Kefka's plotting to drive away General Leo so he can take over his position as general. Don't even joke about something like that. If that freak becomes our general, I'll quit. What if he hears you? You'll be locked up. Alright. Uh-oh, here he comes. Quick, back to your post. Hey, you! Keeping a sharp lookout, hmm? Yes, Sir Kefka, sir. What a pleasant surprise. How are you today, sir? There is always the bootlickers. Please, spare me your piteous small talk. Just do your job. And don't let me catch you slacking, or I'll make you regret being born. I love Kefka as a character. Like, we are gonna listen to you, your pompous little... What's wrong with that guy anyway? It's like General Leo got all the good qualities a man could have, and Kefka got stuck with the rest. Just told you to keep it down. How many times are you gonna make me say it? You gotta be more careful. Generally, maybe a decent man, but Kefka, that guy's twist. Tell me about it. You there! We're about to storm the castle. The two of you join the assault squad. Get moving! And they got moving. Charge! Bonk, 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 bonk. I love this charge animation of attack animation. Like, are they doing any damage? It's hopeless. We can keep them all out. So this is it. Wait. I have no idea what voice I'm going to use with this guy. The battle is not yet lost. A warrior of a noble warrior of a foreign land, a faithful retainer to his lord and master. He fears not even death. Tian. If we can but fell their commander, they should break rank and withdraw. I shall meet him on the field of battle. Tirsian, please, defeat their commander. Okay, can I equip him with stuff? Oh, he has the best equipment. I think that this guy can use is better with a gauntlet. What else? Prevents petrification, prevents darkness. Optimize. I don't have. Okay, then let's remove the gauntlet for now. Because I don't have more swords. I am Xian, returner to the king of Doma. Ready thy axe! Oh no, this should be an easy one. Huh? What is this? Fun. Okay. I think that this was I don't remember really well, but I think that this Bushido was different. Well, yes. Okay, yes, I think that at least the way in which you select which Bushido to use was different, but I don't remember. It has been a long time since I played this game. The captain has been defeated. Retreat! Withdraw into the castle. We shall wait within these walls while our enemies grow tired without. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Shadow. Let's put Sabin. I like Sabin in the model. Let's save. Now, yes, I'm going to go back to the other bridge. Let's. Okay. Yes, I was like installing motors is a complex task, as well as installing the wheels of the car. Like there are many variables into the assembly, the final assembly of the cars that really need the human touch. Additionally, there is stuff like supervision of the robots. However, what else? any task that requires decision making is still too far away from correct capabilities of the robot. So, or at least the robots that can perform this kind of task in a good manner or in a reliable manner are way I don't have it yet. Are way too expensive for use in manufacturing. So for now, at least, there is still a lot of need, even in a manufacturing area or manufacturing sector, such as cars, where robots have been there for decades now. But cars are not the only factories that are using robots. There are a lot of other applications. One of the more curious ones is the fabrication of robots. Like going back with Japan, Japan is one of the biggest markets in terms of robot fabrication, or they're one of the biggest sellers of robots. And most of the robots are sold to China because China is also really automatizing the manufacturing processes of a lot of things. So to being able to keep up with this demand, they simply decide to use robots to fabricate robots. So you have the same hands, but just smaller, and these smaller hands start to build the bigger hands that will be used in other factories. But it's not only useful for fabrication, for manufacturing, but there are several other areas in which robots are being used. For example, logistics. Managing a factory is a lot of work. There is a lot of papers that need to be taken around all over the place, materials, and stuff like that. So robots that can take automatically, let's go simple, a given box, like a robot that moves to point A to point B constantly, or just if the robot is in place A and a button is pressed, the robot goes to place B, and if the robot is in place B and a button is pressed, then the robot goes to place A. That closes a loop between point A and B. And you just use it to send materials. Like you load a box with whatever you need for your manufacturing process, and then that's one step that gets automatized. So that is automatic. That is repetitive. So it's really boring for people to do. But a robot is going to keep doing it and doing it because that's what they are programming to do. That is what they are programmed to do. And even more complex examples of that can be helping in the part of logistics. And there is another another area there, also related with logistics, which is drone delivery. Like, this is something that Amazon is already doing right now. Well, I don't live in the States, so I'm not sure if it's already implemented, but the idea of the Amazon automatic drone delivery has been already been floating around for a while. So it's not a weird idea anymore. And it's simply just you have a package ready to be delivered. Can be within the same factory or to an intermediate person or to the final consumer or whatever that is, or whatever is your current situation. But there you can simply have a drone to pick up the package and just leave it and fly away with it, and it automatically gets delivered to the intended recipient. So now let's see what happens here. What can I do? Well, that evidently has some restrictions right now. Drones are not free to fly wherever they want. There shouldn't be either. So that's one thing that needs to be fixed. Like maybe define supply routes that the drones can use, or just use the drones to deliver it within a private space, and once out of the factory, drones cannot be used. Like there are several options for that, and we will only realize what options are taken or are used as the time goes on. So I continue with the history. Soldier. General Leo is here. The Domans appear to be playing the waiting game. So they are using their favorite strategy. General, we are ready to storm the castle as soon as you give the order. Patience. If we attack now, there will be too many unnecessary casualties. But, General, I'm prepared to lay down my life for the Empire at any time. You're from Miranda, are you not? Huh? I mean, yes sir, I am, but why do you ask, sir? You will have me go there and deliver the news of your passing to your family? What will I say when I hand them your sword? How could I even look at them? You're a human being before you are a soldier. Don't be so eager to throw away your life. Emperor Gestalt wouldn't want you to die for nothing. Yes, sir. General Leo, sir. A carrier pigeon arrived from Emperor Gestalt. What? The Emperor summons me. I must return at once. Understood, sir. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Yes, sir. Listen to me. Don't rush things. That's all I ask. Sir, leave it to us, sir. I'm counting on you. So that's General Leo. He may be an enemy, but he feels like a decent man. More hiding! Once Leo's gone, I can turn this water into a flowing river of poison. Anyone who touches it, it'll be pushing up daisies. Ha ha ha. I'm afraid the Emperor has called me back home. Try not to cause any trouble in my absence. Ha. I'll take care of things faster than you ever would. Nothing dirty, Kafka. They may be our enemies, but they're still human beings. Try to not forget that. We needn't show mercy to those who side with the returners. Which is good, because I never seem to have any of the stuff. Yes. You just go off and be a good little boy. Is the poison ready? But General Leo said, Leo's not here anymore. I'm in charge now. Fork it over. Some of our people are being held prisoner inside the castle. If any of them were to drink the water, who cares? They are the ones who were stupid enough to get caught by the enemy. You're inhuman. Pests at every turn. Guess I'll have to take care of you too. Let's throw Shuriken. Let's see how much damage it does. Yosh! Kefka! Wait! Wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter? Wait! Wait! What is here? Nothing. You just don't give up, do you? Yes! Kaka! Wait! Let's see. Yeah, how long do you expect me to put up with this? Next time I won't hold back. Okay. Oh, gripe. This is getting tiresome. Hey, you handle the rest. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that does a lot of damage. I think that those shurikens get left behind really fast in terms of throwing items. But for now, they are good. 20 should be enough for now. Nothing beats the sweet music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. He poisoned the water. Christian! There's a great deal of activity in the Imperial camp. I think they may be preparing for another assault. Does the water not look a bit odd? I'm dying. Persian! It must be poison. What low down contemplate? We must warn the king. And this one doesn't have running shoes. Do I have any left? No, I don't have any left. Ooh, Slowsian. I don't like Slowsian. Slowsian, but Bastian. I want to have Bastian. Bastian, come. Where are you? Dumb Slowsian. Just because he doesn't have shoes to run. To the king, with all haste. Yes, to the throne room. The throne room is just ahead. Your Highness. Who's there? Xian, Your Excellency. Oh, Xian, my sight is failing. I cannot see your face. Excellency, please, you must be strong. Xian, you have defended this realm since the days of your father before me, of my father before me. I thank you for your service. Forgive me. I failed to protect our kingdom. No, Excellency, the fault lies not with thee. I fear for your family. Oh, my chest burns with every breath. Speak not, my lord. Have thy strength. Go, your family. Excellency. And the king of Doma has died. Xian. There still may be survivors in the castle. Let's split up and search. Okay. Where are the survivors? Survivor. Are you here, survivor? Elaine! Don't leave me, Elaine! This is unpardonable. Huh? Owen! No. This is not possible. This cannot be happening. I will not forgive them. The Empire must pay for this. Huh? I wanted the chess piece. I am Xian. Return it to the king of Doma. Enemy, all men to your positions. Putin. Huh? Are you an enemy as well? I probably shouldn't have gotten in the middle of that. Let me give you a hand. I know not thy name or alliance, but I welcome thy aid. Let's throw a shuriken. Let's do a blitz. Oops. I forgot that he could just send the dog to attack. It's randomly, I think, but when he does it, there will no mercy for thee. Sorry. When he does it, it's a lot of damage. This one's next. They talk, then they will appear. Let's see. I'm just going to attack. Oh, it's a counter. Yeah, maybe it's a counter. To poison the river. Look, I think we are gonna have to do this together. The thought had occurred to me as well. Let's attack. Let's blitz. Very carefully. And what is the next step? Let's attack again. Oops, the guy has a lot of health. That person. That soldier. I am inside death. Need for things I'm having from the kingdom of Figaro. We should get out of here. But I must avenge my family and my countrymen. If we stick around any longer, we'll have an entire regiment down our throats. There they are. There they are. This way. Oh boy. I have an idea. Follow me. Oh, magic armor. Ah. Bye-bye, Shadow. Sir Sabin, what manner of armored beast might this be? I'll explain later. Just climb in. Bunk. Sir Sabin, how does one manipulate these abominations? Oh, you are getting to be quite a pain in the... Now I'm even starting to talk like you. Listen, see that lever? The one right by your hand? Push it down. There's something! It appears to be in reverse! Yeah, come on! Hey, what do you think you're doing? Ah! I cannot stop this! Oh no! Hello, Shadow! Okay, let's burst our way out here. Hold it right there. So, what kind... Oh, we have the simple ones. Ah. Here they come! Stop them! Yes, I'm not talking about roles right now because I am in a heavy history section of the game. As I was explaining before, the robot talk is in the downtime mostly. Did you really think you get away? Okay, the one up there. These armors are really useful, but later, yeah, like as we get more powerful, this will become a joke. I think, if I remember well. Okay, I think we should be safe now. So how do I get to Nash from here? Nash? I believe the only route passes through the forest to the south, but... Alright, if we are going into the woods, I guess we won't be needing these hunts of scrap metal anymore. Let's get going! Let's save. Okay, now I can continue talking about roads, because there's a little bit of trip time. Yes, I was talking about drone deliveries. That was like the last thing that I was talking about. But on top of drone deliveries, there are some roads, well, still in the part of logistics, and package delivery. There are actually some interesting designs that you can find around. One of the more interesting that I found was some kind of insect. Yes, not a spider, an insect, because it was a 6-leg robot. Basically, they choose to have 6-leg robots because they were more stable, so they could be more careful with the load. You put the load on the robot, and the robot was more stable. That means that the load was more sure. It's not going to fall down or anything like that. And also, a problem with robots is that they may damage the floor. If of mobile robots, if you are not careful with how you use the robot and what material you use in the movement materials and stuff like that, then you can do a real damage to the floor because of all the going around all over the place that the robots do. And with a 6-leg robot with proper with proper materials on the legs, or at least on the feet, you just avoid a lot of that, and on top of that, improve the stability, or not the stability, that they don't slide as easily as with other materials. So there is a lot of stuff, and all these things make for very interesting designs. And now Shadow is going. Bye, Shadow. Hello. So it's a quantity of money earned, if now I remember. Why? Second time that I make this mistake. Today. Phantom Forest. This is an annoying part of the game, but let's see how it goes. Now, for other applications, we have the robots in medicine. Like this is a really interesting application. You have like the surgeons, the people that do perform surgeries and stuff like that, and you know that they are really well paid because there's actually a lot of skill involved in the surgeries. Like you need to be very precise with the scalpel and the knives. So this is a very high skill area. Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't. Okay. But there is a problem with. Oh, not a problem, but some things that can be. That can be to make easier the life of the surgeons. There are several things that can be improved. Okay, it's not the arrow. And taking this into account, there are some, let's call it robots, because some people may say that they are not really robots, but there exist these machines that allow the surgeons to operate with more precision. Basically, these machines consist of two robot arms, two controls. So what the... Oh, hello, how are you? Yes, I remember you. You're 80, right? Oh no. I'm right now in this part of the game where there is a forest, and there are a lot of undead enemies around here. And in the game... Oh no, you talk about the Yashikei anime? Oh yes, I remember you, yes, now I remember. Yeah, that you didn't have a lot of time for the anime right now, but we look to watch anime after you have more time in the future. I in this part, do you know of the game, or have you played this game before? But in the meantime, I'm also doing silly voices for the main characters, at least. A train? I thought all of Doma's railways had been destroyed in the fighting. There could be survivors. Let's take a look inside. Yes, like I remember also a little bit, but it has been a long time since I played, like 20 years ago since I finished. And I have tried to start a couple of times, but I haven't reached too far. So I have only finished it once, and it was a long time ago. So I don't remember a lot of it. Hey, look like we can get into here. No? Here's Sabin. We can't just wander around all here all day. We have to check inside. Here's Sabin. Don't worry. It only take a second. Here's Sabin. Right now we are in a section of the game where we just got a split. Like this game has a lot of characters, and the beginning. How do I say? At the beginning, I start like with 2, 3. Right now, I think I have found around 7, 8 characters in total, but they are split on a lot of different groups. And then I had to go into a different quest line for each group, and this is the last group that I'm doing for now, at least. What in the world? We must leave at once. This is the Phantom Train. The Phantom Train. I love this. It's moving, this enemy. We must get off this train at once. Also, I'm talking, I have in the title, I think, that I'm talking about roads and society and stuff like that. So I'm doing that mostly in the downtime. So for example, when you say hi, I was talking about roads in medicine, because I'm talking about roads in different kinds of areas of society. At this moment, it's a little bit touching in the side of medicine. So I was talking about this robot that helps surgeons to perform surgeries. I got that one. And it's basically remote control robot arms that help make the movements more precise. If think of it this way: if the surgeon moves 1 centimeter to the left, each hand 1 centimeter to the left, the robot arm will move 1 millimeter, for example. So this helps a lot with surgeries that need high precision, that are very difficult because there are a lot of healthy tissues around, or maybe the damage is dangerous but too small. So it allows the surgeon to okay, I need to work this way to better control the situation of the surgery. But it has disadvantages. I am going to talk a little bit of the disadvantages after this. The door won't open. I fear we are too late. What did you say this train was? This is the Phantom train. It carries the soul of the departed to their final destination. Wait a second. You are saying this train's giving us a one-way ride to the afterlife? Unless we find a way off, I am afraid that this is exactly where we will end up. Well, I am afraid that's a trip I'm going to have to pass on. If it won't let us off, then we'll stop it ourselves. Let's make for the engine. If you are if you are wondering about my accent, it's because I'm not American, so yes, I have an accent around. Yes, and continue then with the question of the surgeon robots, to call it some way. The disadvantage, there is a big disadvantage in, like, there is no feedback. So generally, when you touch something, anything, you poke. Oh, I didn't saw that he was going to die. Phoenix down. Like, you poke something and you feel something back. The same when surgeons yes, the same when surgeons are performing surgery. They just use the knife and they feel a feedback with the knife. So the problem with the robots right now is that the surgeons don't feel that these robots are not equipped with this feedback. So it requires a lot of training to be able to properly use one of these machines. No. So that's one of the disadvantage. The other disadvantage is that they're expensive. Like one of these machines could cost millions of dollars, like $1-2 million, something like that. because they are really complex. They are big. They are really advanced technology, so they're expensive. Luckily, oh no, the engine is in the other way, the other direction. We'll see. I don't know if for particular kind of surgeries. Mostly is when they want, when as normal surgery will affect too much of same tissue. Because there are a lot of surgeries that are really invasive. Like to get to the place where whatever is the affection or whatever is the problem, you need to damage a lot of healthy tissue in a lot of cases. And these robots are used a lot in high risk surgeries that can be helped, if I can, well, yes, in a lot of high risk surgeries that normally damage a lot of tissue that couldn't be, that otherwise is healthy. But also there is the thing there, for this there is a lot of time for it to happen, but it's also thinking that it can be used for remote surgery. For example, a specialist surgeon in a certain particular kind of surgery is in one way of the country, in one side of the country, but there is someone that needs a surgery by this particular specialist because there is no one else that can do it. So this other person doesn't need to move all the way within the country. He just simply goes to the hospital or someplace with internet connection and just perform the surgery. Yes, it's really interesting. Exactly, it's really interesting that kind of application. Like in the documentary I was watching while preparing this, they were talking about surgery in remote areas and something like that. I probably not to that point yet. Oh, I forgot that I could bring someone with me. Okay, but not to the point where you could use it for remote areas, stuff like that, because the machine still needs to be there, and right now those machines are too expensive, so it's not practical to take the machine to remote areas. It's more easy to take the doctor itself to the remote area than the machine. But that's for now, at least. Maybe in the future, when these machines get cheaper and smaller and better, it will be possible. But for now, it's not for remote areas, but remote surgeries doing in big hospitals that have these kind of machines. But we'll get there, probably. Not probably, surely we will get there. How do you stop this thing? You want to stop the train? Search in every corner of the engineer's compartment. I'm sure there's a way. right here. Might this be the timetables? This? Ah, they all blank. This train carries the dead up to the afterlife. It's a little tough to be making timetables with as much conflict in the world as there is right now. I wonder what this thing's for. Why don't we see what happens if we pull it? Dear Sabin, I think it will be best not to touch that. Oops. My hand must have slipped. What? Oh, you are truly insufferable. Yeah, you're not scared, are you? Huh? What does that mean? It's not as though I have an aversion to machines, or try to stay away from them as much as humanly possible, or anything like that. Yeah, so you're afraid of machines. Ah, what gave it away? Okay, saving again. Yeah, now going back to the problem of feedback. Right now there are there is only one company, at least from what I know, that performs these that can fabricate these machines. But there are other companies that are starting to research and trying to develop better machines, because right now they are not more widespread, mostly because of the cost. They are way too expensive. And at the same time that they are developing cheaper versions of this robot, they are also adding feedback. So, you know, in games, there's this thing in the new consoles. There is this thing called active feedback. It's just a rumble that the controllers vibrate depending on what is happening in the game. So the idea is similar. It is to give a feedback to the surgeon of what is the robot touching. And by implementing this, they expect to really decrease the barrier of entry for surgeons on training on this kind of machines. And honestly, that is the future. Like the new medics or the ones that are going to be coming in the next generation, they are going to have to learn a lot of this kind of technology. Not only robotics, maybe in some specialties, in some particular specialties, but in general, technology as a whole is really getting inside in all different parts of the life. So every new professional that comes around, technician, every job, or almost every job, is going to have some degree of technology attached to it, with some required training to be able to use properly that technology. I did something here. But that's not, well, while that is one of the most interesting like applications or current applications of robots, there are many other applications that that are nowadays available, or that are also think for the future, like that they could be possible for the future. Like one example is a robot that can perform analysis, diagnosis, of sick people. Let me pass. Basically, the idea with this kind of robots will be use sensors, like the robots need a way to look at the world, and the way in which they look at the world is sensors. The sensors, what they do is they take some kind of signal from the ambient light, temperature, and then they convert it into electrical signals. Oh, I forgot. So this way the robots look around. What do we have to do here? And in the part of the diagnosis, they just use particular sensors to detect some kinds of chemicals in a sample of stuff like that, or to detect the temperature of the person, and based on the measures that they get, the robots arrive to certain diagnosis. Obviously, it's not a general diagnosis. Like one robot cannot detect all the diseases or stuff like that. No. But specialized robots in certain areas can help in diagnosis for a given for a specific diseases or for specific problems. Oops, I need to heal. No escape, huh? Okay. Oh no! No, let me escape. I need to heal. Oops, I didn't heal. I could have healed there. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Okay, I can't heal here. And let's take this. Some potions. What level is Sabine? Level 15. No. That's high enough level. I believe we have reached a dead end, Sir Sabine. Yes. Alright. Hast du an idea? Yes. The time has come to put my training to use. Come, Cian. Leroy Jenkins! Yahoo! What? 2 jumps was good enough. No escape. They couldn't still be. They just don't let up. We'll have to detach the rear cars. No. this direction. Not this direction. Okay. I see a switch there. I'm going to pause a little bit the talking because I saw a saving point. So I'm going to save after this fight, and I'm going to take a break, a small break, and then I will continue with the topic of the robots after I say. Well, and then I will have to let me. Okay, now it let me. Yes. So I'm going to save after this fight. This is the fight for real this time. After this fight. And I also forgot my bottle of water, so I need to drink water. I need to hydrate. So let's see. Okay, don't worry. Like, I'm happy enough that you are around and you chat for a bit, and also that you stick around even if it's in the background. I also do that a lot of leaving streams on the background. Like, that's one of the reasons they exist. So see you in a bit. And I am back. Well, so now I'm going to do it. Yes, I should have ability with Sabine with the Blitz that I haven't used yet. I forgot to use, but I want to use it for the next boss. So I'm going to test it here. And this. Yes, the suplex. Oh, he didn't took it. But I think that I can use that technique. That is like a suplex. Using it on the last boss of this area is really fun. Well, now continuing with the part of the roads. There's also this road that I'm going to talk about is already implemented or is already in some hospitals, and it's a road that helps to extract blood samples. I'm going to go through this part and I will continue this after the fight. Hold it right there. I am Siegfried, the greatest swordsman in all the world, and that treasure belongs to me. If I were you were muscular moose, I'd grab Grandpa there and run away while you still can. Swim back. It's more like it. You're the one who has the speed of brave retreat. What? Raising words for a man to be about to be spit upon my blade like a plump and juicy pig. And guard. Yeah. This guy. Well, he attacks a lot. Had enough yet? This attack. And this is this. Down, up. And Bushido level 4. Wait, what? What? Well, it didn't work with this guy. Oh, he died. Okay. Oh yes, I remember. This guy is a running joke in this game. I don't remember if in all the other games, but in Final Fantasy VI is a running joke. No, it cannot be. But the last log belonged to me. No, not a stolen. Wahaha! The treasure is mine. Au revoir, my friends. Or what? And so I continue then with the blood sample robot. So basically, this robot what it does is to analyze the arm. I think it does something like an infrared analysis of the arm or temperature analysis. I don't remember really well. And search for where the blood. I don't know how to. I forgot how to say it in English. The veins. The blood rods inside the arm. Let's call them like that because I forgot completely the word. Where they are located within the arm. And they very precisely select which one is better. but they find the vein really fast and with high precision, and select really well, like the one that will do the less damage, and basically it just makes it really straightforward, the process of extracting blood. And a lot of applications like that are expected to start to appear every day more and more into medicine. I'm going to hold up until the next topic. First, you're leaving? Because probably we have some history or some boss. Guess we are on our own again. Some boss fight after this. Now to say, how I'm. Yes, I need to use attempt. Third time I make this mistake today. So basically, this game has a very annoying feature where after you save, if you keep pressing accept, the game will send you to the title instead of sending. I knew that they were going to be here. Instead of being set back to the menu, it sends you to the title. Yes, I have forgotten 3 times today. And now, okay. This is the engineer's compartment. We gotta find a way to stop this thing fast. This one, this one, this one, and to stop the train, shut the fierce and deep pressure valves, then throw the switch located by the small smokestack. Okay, so the fierce and here, and then yes. I love the music of this game. Well, it's a remasterized version from the version of the original, but still, it's really good. So, you are the ones who have been slowing me down. And let me see if I can do what I want to do with this. Here. Yes, I love it. I can suplex a train. Yes. This is the best part of this fight. I can just keep doing suplex. Oh no! If I use the correct inputs. If not, I lose my turn. So item for this, yes, a high potion to Sian. So how much damage? Oh, and it's dead now. Well, that was fast. At least I got to do one train suplex. I wanted to do that. I would be happy if I didn't get to suplex the train at least once. I will let you go, but first there is something I must do. water in the while it loads. Bloop, 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 bloop. It seems we have arrived. Phew, glad to be off that thing. The faster we leave that train behind, the better. No? All the people in Doma Castle. These were all the people that died because of Kefka poisoning the water of the castle. Yeah, was that your wife and son? The train's leaving? Yeah, please wait. Elaine, Owen. Bye bye. My love, you made me so happy. Thank you. Dad, I'll keep practicing with my sword, your mom. No. Can I talk with him again? No. Can I leave him behind? Okay, he followed. That's it. Return to skin. Let's heal a little bit as I I don't have any more potions. No, I don't have any more potions. So I potion. Okay, now we are again in the warm-up. So I'm going to pass on to the next topic, and this is household robots. Like, we all know the Romba, right? It's just this little automatic robot, circular robot that just tries to keep clean the house and follows randomized paths. I don't own one, so I'm not sure exactly how they work, but I guess that they go on randomized paths trying to cover as much space as possible. This must be the Barren Falls. To the south of here lies the Belt. It is a wild and dangerous land, inhabited by all manner of ferocious beasts. But if we must turn around and go back, the Empire will be waiting for us. The village of Moblitz lies on the western coast. If we can make it through the Belt, we could head there. Jump! Jump! Oh! So yes, the Romba is one of the oldest robot applications for the household. It is a simple one. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes there is a mixed perception of the Roomba, as far as I understand. Like some people really like it. Some other people they say they really don't work well. But I I would say that is expected from an early technology. It is still one of the first examples of robots especially designed to be used to help in some kind of chore into the house. But that does leads to the main problem of household robot, at least currently. And that is that it's really too complex to have robots to be general. So they can be designed to fulfill a given chore, a specific chore. But if you want a robot to be able to fold your clothes and make the dishes and sweep the place, that is really difficult. Not only from telling the robot how to perform this task, but the tasks themselves require different mechanical features. So one robot can be designed physically for one chore, but it will be really difficult to adapt it to a different chore. And that's the problem right now with an all-purpose, let's call it butler robot, is how they were called. A jaw trapped in Monster Heights, his eyes shining with a warm and gentle light. Go. Go, go. Just as a funny data or funny fact, like the kid is called Go or GAU. In Spanish, that is very similar to the word that we use for the sound of a dog. Like in English, the sound of a dog is woof, woof, woof. In Spanish, is guau, 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 guau. And the name of, and I just noticed that the name of this character that is well suited for the character because he's a Beast Boy. It's just very similar to the sound of a dog in Spanish. Who are? Ah! Well, he left away. But still, like for all the applications, like what I'm going to say is the same for almost every application that I'm talking about today. It's basically there is some advanced right now that is already done, but there is a lot of more advanced that needs to be done as well. However, research has been done in these topics. Oh! Oh! I'm hungry. So what can I give him to eat? A green cherry. No, not a green cherry. Not a green cherry. High potion. No? Do I have to attack him? Whoa, 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 whoa! You, strangers! Go away! Go away from belt! Wait. Oh yes, and basically research is done. And eventually advanced are going to come around and will improve all these applications. Like, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when for a lot of these things. And true and false. Now, the next, I'm just went past over the part of the household roles, because there is not a lot more to be said on that topic. Well, there is one little thing, and it's in one of the main problems also that they are finding. It surprised me a little bit when I read about that, but it makes sense. And it's that there are a lot of surfaces on a house of various durability, flexibility, that some of them can be broken very easily, some of them are more durable. And a robot that is multi-purpose can or should be able to detect this kind of surface and to select the appropriate pressure to clean properly the surface. For example, the kitchen is going to be or cleaning the kitchen is going to be very different to cleaning the screen of the TV. And that is one of the main difficulties that they are finding in getting this robot really working. Now let's equip the gauntlet to this guy, and let's optimize. Oh, the gauntlet is two-handed, not two things at the same time. Okay, that's okay. But now I'm going to talk about the applications of agriculture, because these are really a really important application for the future. Let's just I give you a small example of one of the problems that farmers are getting around. But there's the idea of organic food and stuff like that. Like they are grown without any chemicals. The problem with organic food is that it's really expensive to farm. There is a lot of process, just even not taking into account possible diseases or bugs or stuff like that. The weeding, the weeds that can attack some particular crops can make very difficult to grow these crops in an organic way. So they start using chemicals because they have no other option. Like it's either chemicals or they take care of the weeds by hand, but by hand is not efficient at all, so they have to use chemicals. And one of the options that robots can provide. Let's buy more. Is to automatically take care of this width by hand, quote unquote. With that, I refer like it's a small car, and the car just goes over the field and detects the widths and use tools attached to the car itself to take care of these widths, and this is done automatically. So it's a lot more fast, a lot more efficient, and doesn't need a lot of people or a lot of hand labor to be able to take care of these widths. So that fixes, on one hand, the problem of the widths, and the other hand also fixes the problem of the chemical. So if these robots, they are still in design process, I don't think that they are already on the market. But once these robots are ready for marketing and for farmers to buy, it's going to be a much more easier to get organic crops, or at least certain kinds. Like, it's not. I know that organic crops is more than just the weeds. They have to need to take care of different diseases and the bugs. But certain crops that the main problem is the weeds will be really helped by this kind of road. There is also a lot of mechanical tasks that can be automatized or automate. I don't know. I don't even remember exactly how to say this word, but yes. In a farm with robots. Now the problem is the cost. At the beginning, it's going to be really costly. So there needs to be some kind of protection for small farmers. Whatever. For small farmers to be able to accede to this technology. But yeah, that's a question of how this technology is implemented, not the technology itself. And the good thing about automatizing all these processes is not the farmers are going, because farming is a really hard job. It really takes a lot of physical energy from the farmers, so it will help a lot on this side of the things. But in the other thing that it can help is that it tends to increase the efficiency of the farm. The way in which currently works is not completely organized. If it's not automated, there are some facts or some details that can affect the efficiency. But if it is automatized, the yields and efficiency and the number of crops, the quantity of plants that you can have, really increases a lot, and it helps with the quantity of food that you are providing. But What I found more interesting is a concept of a vertical farm. Basically, the farming plots, or the size of the farming plots, with the quantity of people that are in the planet, like if we keep going into the same direction, the size of farming plots are not going to be enough to supply all the world with food. One of the solutions one of the solutions that were that are ready, not ready, that are thought to be a solution or possible solution to this problem is what is called a vertical farm, which basically use warehouses where they have small floors, and in each floor they have crops. So, for example, if this warehouse has a surface area of, I don't know, 1,000 square meters, if the farm has 20 floors, so that's 20 times the surface area that you can use for planting. But that's not the only thing that favors. It's just you can automate everything. If you do some kind of, if you use artificial environment, like the light, you use certain kind of light all year long, you use certain temperature all day long, and you automate the processes of picking up the crop and planting seeds and stuff like that, you will have a farm with a really high efficiency. Not only that, but we all know that water is going to be a big problem in the years to come. And agriculture is one of the areas that uses more water than any other sector. And these farms will help to reduce a lot water usage. I think that they were saying something about like 60 to 70% decrease in used water. So that's okay. Permit. Yes. Oh, I'm hungry. I want to give him a dry meat, but the game doesn't let me. Okay. Oh yes. Now. What a peculiar child. I'm Xian, and this is Sabin. You Sabin. You Xian. Me want more food. Sorry, old one. You go. Get for more for me. You're a regular legal munchkin, huh? And you, afraid of me. You want some of this? Me no want to hurt you. Stop looking at me like that. You're pretty tough for a little guy. That's fun. Yes, sir. You fall for it. Fall for trick. Shut up! Oh dear. Do simmer down, sirs. And who, oh wild one, who might you be? Who? 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 You angry? Yeah. You angry? Me? Yeah. You angry? Me? Yeah. You angry? Me? Listen, his family was just... Okay? You understand. He's sorry. Don't need pencil. Water under the bridge. Let us not dwell on such things. Virgo, I have a feeling we will get along quite well. Will you join us? Oh! Go give you a present. Go give Luciana a very nice present. Thanks for food. Right. What manner of rubbish do you suppose she's gonna give us? Ghost treasure. Shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Anything vintage shiny? Mr. Tooth like shiny thing? Mr. Tooth. Mr. Tooth? That one over there. A shiny thing, eh? Lars gonna be jealous when he hears about this. Good luck. He Batman? Maybe he tries to steal Ghost treasure. Luck? Well, he... Listen, when someone's talking to you. I believe he's trying to tell us something. Fine. What is it? Here. Here. Anything here? Where's having it? Please. Jan, please start river bringing. Jan, stand place river bringing you. Go stand. Crescent Mountain. Moon-shaped mountain. Moon-shaped shiny thing there. Well then, shall we be off? We may as well see what's at this crescent mountain of his. Nice. Why you have to invite someone like him along? Mr. Thu, hurry up! We leave you behind. Told you before, my name is not Mr. Thu. Okay. Intermission. Here's how to build up Ghost skill. Just leap, a command that appears when only when you are on the belt. Keep fighting on the belt and eventually Go will reappear. When he reappears, you will have learned the attacks of the monsters you were fighting when he left, as well as those you were fighting when he returned. Choose Rage to have Go use any of the attacks he has learned. And now please, continue with your quest. Wrong. So the last bit of this stream, I'm going to spend it probably learning stuff we go. Yeah. And in the meantime, then, now that the part of agriculture is done, there's also the service industry. Right now, no. Like right now, robots are very difficult to how do I say this, to train for service jobs, stuff like tending a restaurant, like being a waiter, working on a hotel, all those kind of works that need interacting with people. But as always, there is research going into that direction. Basically, the objective right now is to have robots into the healthcare, like helping as receptionists in hospitals or in health places, to call them in a way. Also as waiters in restaurants, maybe even as cookers, but still there's a lot of work to be done there. Like, to give an example, there exists a robot cooker. Join your friend. Yeah. Join, yeah. There exists a robot cooker that it cooks automatically a lot of food. Like, apparently has 3,000 recipes or more. The problem is that it's not automatic. Like, well, the cooking itself is automatic, but the process of selecting the ingredients and using and measuring the ingredients and using the proper quantity of ingredients is not automatic. It's basically an air fryer, to call it in such a way, an advanced air fryer at this point. It does take the ingredients and make the cooking process automatic. Like, you have to take these ingredients and cook them for a certain time, a certain temperature. This was or the code. A vector hound. Do I have vector hound? No, I don't have vector hound. So deep. So that's one example of how far away is the industry, or are the robots from being able to be used in the service industry. The same with, for example, robot baristas. So there exists some robot baristas that can make cups of coffee and make them perfectly, but they are too slow right now. That's one big disadvantage. So yeah, basically there's a lot of more research that needs to be done. One area that is already a little bit more advanced is just automatic air disinfector, because basically it just reduces to a robot with wheels that goes around the place and throwing around the air disinfector or moisturizer or stuff like that. So it's a really simple concept. And it's so simple that it's already implemented. But for now, that is as far as as the road in the service industry go. Lift bunny. Do I have lift bunny? We don't have lift bunny. So let's learn lift bunny. Well, and the last topic that I have more or less prepared for today is the in the entertainment industry. There are a lot of different robots that can be used in the entertainment industry. One of the robots that more took my attention was the there is a ping pong robot, or there are ping pong robots that basically are designed to play ping pong against people. So you can have you can have like places where you can play by yourself ping pong. You just have to play against the machine, and they also apparently are being used to train professional players. But there's not only that. In filming industry, there are a lot of like camera management, or the cameraman has always been part of the, how do I say this, like the way in which a camera is used within the movies a lot of times helps in regards to how good or how bad the movie is regarded. But there are movies that don't care much about that they just want to, or that they have already fixed, pre-designed camera angles that doesn't leave too much freedom to the cameraman to have creativity in there. And in these cases, robots or robot arms using the cameras are becoming more and more common in the film industry. To manage these cameras, because it is it's cheaper, it's more safe, especially in high danger, in scenes that have high danger, and there is stuff that cannot be done without robots. For example, like drones using a camera. Those angles cannot be achieved without a drone. Basically, aerial takes and 360 degrees shots, stuff like that. That's stuff that is only possible with robots around. Another thing, this is other stuff that has been around since forever. I think that from the 70s or something like that. And it's done in animatronics in amusement parks. Like the animatronics at the beginning, they were really artificial, to call it that way. You could immediately see that they were just a machine with some codes on painter on it. But right now, they are really advanced. I was surprised because it has been a while since I saw anything about Disney World and stuff like that. But I was surprised at how advanced right now are the robots in Disneyland, are the animatronics. Like the way in which the face moves, it's evident that they have a lot of tiny stuff inside making move individual muscles, so they are more realistic. The quality of the materials, how much they resemble the movies, is really something else. And then now they even have they're designing some acrobatic robots, which they are just going to show some acrobatic shows, but with robots instead of humans. That sounds really interesting. Okay, I'm going to buy one stuff around here. One relic that I couldn't buy before. One cape. Yo, I'm probably going to sell something. I'm sure that I have something to sell. Leather cap. No, let me pass. And yeah, so that's a lot of advancement. I was a bit surprised when I saw I don't have 100 gear. The next time, okay. And yeah, okay. I think that is okay. I'm going to leave the stream for now. I talk about a lot about different things of robots, so I'm happy that you got to that the people that are here got to hear about that kind of stuff. I have to decide still what I am going to talk about next time. Probably I'm thinking more in the way in which robots work internally, but I will see. For now, I will be ending the stream here. Thanks for being around. If you are watching the VOD, also thanks for watching the VOD. See you next time. That will be Sunday at 5 p.m. EST. Okay. Bye bye.